At times, animals will blow you away with how smart they are, and other times, you'll be dumbstruck at the ridiculous situations they get themselves into. Here are 20 animals found stuck in the strangest situations.
Hey guys, it's American Eye. Let's get into this video right now.
Number 20. Pandamonia. Pandas. Sweet, but a little dumb. These bears get themselves in all kinds of trouble and tend to fall out of things very easily. This panda at the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding in China looks like he's just waiting for the inevitable fall. A weird turn of events, though, is that the tree is holding strong and the lazy panda doesn't even attempt to help himself. It might even just be taking this as an opportunity to catch more Z's. Number 19. Stuffed animal. Do you ever eat so much you think you can't possibly move after? Usually it's said figuratively, but this little guy learned firsthand that you can literally eat yourself into immobility. He or she just continually ate the seeds in the bird feeder and sat still as it was discovered. Even though it's been 9 years since its upload, you can still watch the rodent be poked and bothered by the person taking the video of it. Just search for horrible fat squirrel. You won't be disappointed. Number 18. Oh dear. The Welsh family wasn't expecting to become rescuers while out on their boat in the Columbia River in North America. As fate would have it, they spotted a baby deer struggling and panicking out in the middle of the water. With the help of a boogie board, Lyle Welsh swims over to the fawn and gets it on board the ship, where the family then dries the deer up with a towel. The family then releases it on shore, and hopefully the little deer doesn't venture back out into the water anymore. Number 17. Drunk and disorderly. The people who are a part of this possum's hijinks were sure surprised. The officer who had to answer the call about a drunk individual who broke into Cash's liquor store in Florida was definitely taken aback. What he ended up finding was a tipsy rodent by the broken bottle of bourbon. He packed her up in a cardboard box and either thought it would be funny to include the little bottle for a ride, or the possum was still holding on to it for dear life when she was caught. Even the technician didn't believe that there was a rodent that had a drinking problem to be taken care of when it was brought back in. Sure enough though, they gave it non-alcoholic fluid and it was back on its feet and ready to be set free quite fast. Number 16. Indefensible. Look at this happy Shiba Inu smushed between a brick wall and the fence. Hopefully this owner gets him out soon, but it really doesn't seem like this was the first time he's got himself into this position. Number 15. Help, I couldn't get out. A pudgy raccoon stuck in a sewer drain. If humans try to shimmy to more places like this, we'd see this problem a lot more often. Luckily, when we overeat, we tend to stay right on the couch. Raccoons are just as gluttonous, but far more active, so they end up in situations like this. The Chicago police were called in to attempt to free the raccoon, and when they weren't able to, they called in the Zion Public Works Department. He was jimmied out of there without a scratch, and the Zion Police Department took a few series of adorable photos of the incident. Number 14. Not so great. Cattle grates are used to deter cattle in place of a fence. It's thought that the cattle hooves won't be able to cross it, but can we say that about kangaroo feet as well? A man spotted 2 legs sticking out of the grate and decided to help the animal out. He pulled and pulled on the legs until pop, out came the kangaroo, who scampered away a little traumatized but surely thankful to this rescuer. Getting stuck there in the outbacks of Australia would have been the end of the animal if it wasn't found by this kind man. Number 13. Outfoxed by a tire rim. Certainly not the brightest moment for this clever creature. Firefighters in the area had to come to its aid and remove the tire from the car so they could safely attend to the fox. The fox's head must have swollen up from struggling and being in a tight space overnight. The photo taken from the other side of the tire might make some believe that he didn't make it through the dilemma, but to the contrary, he made a recovery in the South Essex Wildlife Hospital. Number 12. Alpaca'd in. This hero was identified by the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel as John Govan, who helped a baby alpaca out of a badger hole in the ground. His reasoning for how the alpaca got stuck in there is more sound than anything we could think of. Alpacas like to take dirt baths, so they roll around in the dirt, and this one here is so small that it just slipped right into the hole. He grabbed a shovel and carefully worked until the wobbly adolescent was out of the hole and returned to its worried mother after being missing for 24 hours. Number 11. Doggo in distress. Have you ever played hide and seek with someone who is just a master hider? Like they straight up disappear into thin air. For instance, this husky stuck way up into the sky in some kinds of rafter. Let's hope the seeker looks up in this game because that dog isn't going anywhere. Number 10. Dog park swing. At first glance, it's hard to tell this isn't a giant cotton ball with legs and a taller swing. Looks like a Pekingese dog lazily lounging in the seat, waiting for its photo to be taken. With such short legs though, he's stuck until someone decides to take him out. Number 9. Sneaky snake. If you've ever been friends with or have had large gauges, you know that putting in random items in your ear hole is all too tempting. From pencils to Coke cans. Strangely enough, the woman in the photo didn't intentionally slip the snake through her gauge earlobe. Her pet ball python slithered into the ear hole before she could stop it and it got stuck. It wedged the largest part of its body and she was unable to remove it herself. First she tried cooking oil to lube it up, but when that didn't work, she had to call someone in the fire department who could also remove the pet snake safely. So her third attempt was in the emergency room at Portland Adventist Hospital, where they had to snip a little bit of her ear out so the snake could be pulled out. Both woman and snake were freed. Third time's a charm. Number 8. Manhole up. Most of the time, we're judging the animals for being fat to get out of tricky situations themselves. But for this one Swiss donkey, it was a blessing. If it had been any skinnier, it would have slipped down and out of sight and out of reach. Authorities were trying to free the donkey for a full hour before it was finally out. The donkey did suffer from a few abrasions from struggling in the hole, but otherwise it was unharmed. Now the question is, how did the manhole become uncovered? You can clearly see the lid is behind the donkey. Manhole covers usually weigh about 110 pounds or 50 kilograms, so it didn't do it itself. Number 7. Let me out. It'd be a little bit surprising if the kitten had gotten itself stuck in the sock, but that seems almost impossible. Its owner most likely slipped into the sock and made a kitten noodle. From its expression, it doesn't seem like it was its first time being swallowed up in a sock. It's a look that says, "Are you done yet, human? Seriously, someone free this cat." Number 6. Hey, we got a problem here. Looks like Lamb Chop got himself wedged in between the bars of the hay rack. Must have been struggling for a while. Every limb and even its head is sticking out of a different hole. Does anyone think it looks like he's got a guilty smile on his face? He just knows he's not supposed to be in there. Number 5. Unbearable Bucket. Bucket Bear was blindly walking through Perry Township in Pennsylvania with a black bucket on its head. Save the Bucket Bear was set up by Chrissy Elder. She posted photos of the bear in need to a Facebook page to try to get authorities to intervene and save the young bear. It caught the attention of a few heroic citizens who banded together to free the bear. After searching for 2 hours and a 20-minute wrestling match, the bear slipped away and they had to tackle him to hold him down. With a firm grasp and someone on his hind legs, they were able to cut away the ring and the bear was able to be free. Once freed, the bear scampered off into the woods. The volunteers suffered from a few bear scars, but nothing that won't heal. They saved the bear from suffering any longer since the Pennsylvania game community said that they won't intervene while a bear was healthy and mobile. Number 4. Sticking your head out to help. While just hoping for a drink of water, this elephant fell into the pool and had to be rescued. It just so happens that it was set on the television drama Wild at Heart that focused on a family who moves to a wildlife sanctuary to rehabilitate animals. It's a pretty fitting place to be rescued if you're a giraffe. The giraffe must have found a hole in the fence and slipped through to investigate the area, and when it went in to get a drink of water, got disoriented because of how low the water was in the pool and fell in. It took several plans and 3 hours, but draining the pool and calling the fire brigade, they were able to tempt her out with food unharmed. Number 3. Mouse thief. Why do mice need oiling up? Because they squeak. Well, actually, this mouse needs to be oiled up so they can slip him out of the feeder. This little mouse scampers up the tree and down into a feeder to an all-you-can-eat buffet. The owner of the bird feeder, Mr. Blundell, says that it isn't the first time the little brave mouse has done this, and it probably won't be the last. On more than one occasion, he's too fat to escape on his own. Hopefully, we can expect more photos because Mr. Blundell says the mouse has started bringing a friend with him. Number 2. Lizard in trouble. Another curious critter sticking himself into a tight situation. This lizard was found stuck inside a grommet of a tarp. The guy who captured this got him out safely, but not before snapping a few photos of it. He even gave the lizard a little belly rub. Number 1. Ratatouche. Either someone endured the worst bathroom break ever, or the rat ventured into the sewers. This gruesome sight was supposedly found in a hotel bathroom, after the guests reportedly heard scratching noises coming from the pipes. We can say it was in the US, but more specific deals were left unsaid on Reddit. Can you imagine finding this while you were out on vacation? Hotel rooms are supposed to be luxurious getaways with amazing amenities, not including a giant rat trapped in a toilet.